What is up, everyone? Welcome to the dojo, where tonight we're going to be discussing Pizza Ninjas taking on Korean Blockchain Week. Really excited about that, to have some ninjas over there representing. We're going to talk about and show some of the things going on over there. This show is on X and YouTube. If you want to jump in the chat, we'll pull you right up into the conversation. Feel free to leave some comments and talk while we're going on. This show is, of course, put on by Pizza Ninjas. For more updates, follow Pizza Ninjas, follow @TO on all things Pizza Ninjas. Speaking of which, I have two ninjas with me today. We have Fred and we have Christy, as always, my co-host. So we're going to get into the icebreaker in just a minute. And lastly, at the end of this episode, or towards the end, we're doing some creator bootcamp homework right now, where we're trying out different styles of content. If you've already created your piece that was a little different than outside of your comfort zone, we're going to pull it up on the screen for everybody to see, and we're going to roast it. So with all that being said, what's up, guys? How's it going today?
That guy first.
We're moving. We're kicking it off this week. I'm excited to see a lot of stuff happening in Korea. I have terrible FOMO when it comes to the food. I think Korean barbecue is my favorite up there on the list. So yeah, happy that ninjas are enjoying and that we're crushing it yet again in another event. And yeah, Bootcamp Season 4. This week, it's my favorite week. We're going to talk about spaces and how to dominate X spaces. And I know that very many ninjas have that as a very dear topic when it comes to content creation, including you, Chris D.
Yeah, I was going to say, which Chris? How will I know?
Welcome to the chat, K-Fish.
Yo, no, honestly, I'm excited too. I just want to throw myself under the bus. I'm a terrible student, like homework doer. So I'm behind. I just found out I'm supposed to put a different piece of content out than I normally do. And the fact that you said something about spaces right now, I think I'm going to try to do like a Chris audiogram and just watch it not perform. Because I don't normally do that. I always just make a video of my face talking and saying things. So that's going to be my different type of content. I do the articles, I do all the other things, but not the audiogram. So I'm gonna give it a shot. I'll do a cool little fancy audiogram and watch it not get watched. That's what I think is my homework.
A broad TLDR of what we're talking about is that Alex Finn came out with a recent X algo thread. It was really good. Basically shows you some of the changes in the X algo. And I think it's actually about to change as well. So we went over different types of posts, not even just like necessarily style, but like if you're familiar with it, we even did like the screen capturing method. I don't want to say like too much of it. Short form post with a picture, without a picture, long form post. So it's not necessarily just like, the X lets me do a thread, X lets me do a long form or whatever. So we're trying out all of those. As an example, I create a lot of content. So this one was like, what can I possibly do? GM Poseidon, welcome to the chat. What can I possibly do in order to like stretch myself? Because, again, like I literally am on X all the time. So I wrote my first article. Okay. And I'm not going to go into it too much because this isn't like a shield, like, of my own stuff, but it was out of my comfort zone. I created that 5x2 graphic in the background, put my ninja in it, because in articles you do that. You have titles in articles. I formatted it the way that I wanted to format it, and it's not doing good for me. But considering the amount of work I put into it, the yield right there, the time put in versus the output is not currently worth it. But I'm still going to try to promote it and see how it does. And I'll run it back later. It was fun to do. I really pressed myself. Worth trying. And now I have a new tab. I have an article tab now on my profile right next to the highlights, which all of you should use.
Yeah, what's cool? One thing I will say, and I know we'll dive into content later, but one really cool thing that you have on articles that you don't have pretty much anywhere else is like the storytelling potential there. You can put text, then a video, then text, then a picture, then text, then a video. Like you get creative. You can really mix it up. So I don't think I've seen anybody really take advantage and like get really creative with the articles yet. So I'm just happy to see you do it. And you got a way doper cover picture than any of the articles I've done yet. I've just been using it for photography, and I just slapped.
I actually had yours opened in another tab, your articles, because I knew you wrote them, and try to like see what I could borrow. And your style, I'm gonna be honest with you. You put so much work into the pictures. I was just like, screw that. I'm not gonna do that. Because at first I was like, man, I like how easy this is to read. Like I read one sentence and there's a picture. Then I read another sentence and there's a picture. I was like, this is pretty cool, man.
I got kids, bro. That's
like,
that's how they do
Yeah,
it.
man.
like doing that. I'm just gonna write out my stuff. But I legitimately thought about it and I was like, bro, that's a lot of work. So yeah, I actually used your article as reference, which I need to like. I'm sorry. And yeah, so Chris is definitely already experimenting with articles. Fred, have you written an article? Have you written an article yet?
No, look, I'm not sure if you're entirely trying to flex your Premium Plus subscription on me right now. But I will still get there. I'm not there yet. My focus post for this week, funny enough, Chris D, is I'm going to post a couple audiograms that Brian helped me to create. Shout out Brian. And I also made a shit post, which I typically don't do. If you scroll down further, this is my shit post. I just posted it just now. Can you see it? No, up top. If you go further up.
Wait, it was the one with the bear
one.
posting?
If you're
yeah,
bear
I
posting
liked
right
it
now,
already.
just want you to know that I keep receipts.
I liked it. I thought this was a good post. We got Johnny Scotcho in the chat saying good night. guess he's tired where he's at. But yeah, this is a cool post.
It's like what makes it a shit post is that I obviously don't freaking keep receipts on like Zeneca in a folder on my desktop. But you know, I think for the untrained eye, they might think so.
Well, it's funny. You posted this like not long after I saw Easy's like bear post on runes, and I was like, man, he doesn't even have an Easy folder.
Oh,
that was my first thought. I was like, where's the Easy folder at?
Facts. Yeah. No, bear posting on runes right now. Come on. I mean, you're just
so. Did you make this image, or you got it from somebody? I'm asking for a reason.
I made it.
Oh, okay, that's cool. Never mind. Well, I was going to say, if you didn't make the image and you borrowed it, and then you said this one sentence, you did like 2x the amount of impressions that like interaction than like me spending a fair amount of time on my article received. So there's that. By the way, if you're a ninja, we got Brian in the chat as well. Fred, I liked your post about the VCs earlier, convicting. If you're a ninja and you're doing this challenge, or heck, even if you're not a ninja and you just want to join in, specifically ninjas though, if just let us know what tweet you want us to look at, like what form of content, we'll look at it and give our thoughts. While here, we'll do a little live roast on it, just to see you branch out and stuff.
You know what's funny? I totally didn't realize until just a second ago. The content I did that I don't normally do, I actually showed Fred this before I finished it, before I sent it off to the client. But say that the blockchain, like they had a bunch of stuff going where they were working with a bunch of creators, and they had me make a video. I shared it with Fred. He's like, bro, you don't talk about blockchain. that's not your brand. You talk about content. And I was like, you're right. That is the thing that's different. I made content about Web3, like a blockchain and transactions per second. And like, I never do that. This is not at all. Like, I don't really care about that stuff, to be honest.
So, I want to give a caveat here, or like a asterisk. I did say that, Christy, that's true. But I also did say that your brand is malleable, right? Like you could you could take me on the journey with you, but you have to build that trust. Maybe share a video of saying like, hey, lately I've been like diving more deeply into blockchain, and this is what I learned. Look at that, and make it really like newcomer friendly. And I think like if you did that so like slowly, you could take your audience with you. However, if it's like from one week to another, say, then it feels like inauthentic, right? So 100%. It has to be, you have to take them with you. That was kind of what I meant.
That's a good teachable moment, because that is true. Like if someone knows you for one thing and then you just like fully switch up on them, and they're like, so this is the actual reason, to the point. It's the reason I have never told any of my automotive audience about Web3, because that has absolutely nothing to do with why they follow me. They're like, literally, how do I connect this wire to that? They don't care. They just
Yeah.
they want to care about cars, and the Web3 people, they want to care about Korea and ninjas in Korea. So that's what we should talk about.
Yeah, I was just, I always like to hit the title real quick, and then we'll come back to the chat. We specifically had Brian inquire about checking out his profile. We'll do that after we hit Korea Blockchain Week. I just wanted to take a look at what ninjas are doing in Korea for maybe some of those tuning in. So this is when they just got there. Trevor and Eric, they're both, Trevor's obviously CEO, Eric's on the team. This is just kind of them setting up the room, getting ready. They just got to the BTC bar. You can kind of see some hidden gems in here, like the colors and stuff like that. That's how the BTC bar looks when you're walking up. I like how they had the Korea Blockchain Week 2024 on the bar, and it kind of the further we get on the timeline, the more we see like ninja stuff. But this is really cool. This is like the walkway entrance. You can see like ninjas just kind of aligning the walls. So it's really cool. And just some people enjoying, I have two of these now. This is Shira. Basically you get your ninja or your ordinal, you printed on your card, and it looks really nice. But also if you just tap that card with your against your phone, it automatically shows whatever you want it to show, whether you want it to pull up your YouTube, your X account, your Telegram, whatever it is. You can program all of that into the card. It's really cool, and it's just kind of like a good identity thing, which, by the way, at IRL events, it is really helpful to have these identity things, because the amount of people that you're not going to recognize or not going to recognize you is unbelievable, because you talk to these people all the time, but it's just, if they're not, some people are half doxed, maybe they took a picture once and they just expect you to remember that. And then other people might make videos all the time, but it's really hard to identify people. So having that kind of stuff helps. This is inside of the actual bar. This is such a cool shot. So you can see all the ninjas lining the walls. You can see the ninjas walking across the screen. Just a really cool looking setup. I didn't see my ninja there, so I got to take off a few points for not including my ninja. Super disrespectful. As a matter of fact, I don't see your ninjas either. I don't see a Fly Ride or Chris on the wall, so we might have to take off 3 points for that. Maybe they should include us next time if they want to be ranked up a little bit more. But it does look like they're having a great time in Korea. If you're not familiar, we did talk about it last week. Why, when I type in TO, is TO not popping up? Because Trevor has it pinned. But it's still, we're doing the BTC bar pretty much every night. I'm going to the official event page. So it's 5 days of epic parties, and it's brought to you, of course, by Pizza Ninjas and hosted by the BTC bar. So we are currently on, I don't know what the time is in Korea, but we're currently on Tuesday. And we're going to have the after party from 9 p.m. till late on Wednesday. And then Thursday and Friday. So specifically, Pizza Ninjas and BitLayer after party is tonight. And I'm going to go to that one. This is from 9 p.m. to 1 a.m. if you're in the area. I am not. I don't even know what time it is over there right now. But obviously, go ahead and get registered for that if you are going. Apparently, there's 435 people that are trying to go.
It is about 6:20 a.m. currently in Seoul. So if they're doing really great work, they're still up. I doubt it.
Wait, 6:20 a.m. Oh, so it's already the next day for them?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. That makes sense. All right. I forget the time difference, man. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's a big one. That flight is one thing, but coordinating talking from LA to Korea right now is I'm supposed to have a chat with somebody that's in Korea right now, and I'm like, when do we even do this? One of us has to do it at midnight or first thing in the morning or something.
I ran a space with somebody from Hong Kong earlier today, and it was pretty early for my liking. What's the time in Los Angeles right now?
It's 2:20.
Okay, yeah, it's a pretty big time difference.
That's great.
By the way, if you've ever had issues converting time zones, and Web3 is notorious for being global, right? There's a pretty savvy for Google Chrome or Brave browsers extension, and it's literally called Savvy Time, SAVVY, and then time. It's free, so I can chill it here comfortably. But you basically you can stack your cities. So for me, it's Amsterdam, New York, San Francisco, because my colleagues are based there. and then you can slide it, and immediately it tells you what time it is. So it's super useful. I use it every day.
I love when somebody's like, "Oh, if you don't know what time it is somewhere else, it's UTC plus," and I'm like, "Shut up, bro." I'm like, "Don't tell me what is that?" That's crazy, pants.
Yeah, no.
I do remember though. Do you remember there was a stream very late at night, Fred? And I 2 a.m. to host it, a StreamYard, but with you
I
and
do remember
your
that.
friend, and that was wild, bro.
Commitment.
So we couldn't advertise it, as I see, but it looks like people had a good time. We're living in the past right now, because I was reading about the time that was upcoming, but they already had it. But it looks like people had a blast. I love this. You can see Pizza Ninjas and BitLayer up top, and those are all the ninja hats. I wonder if I see mine.
Yeah, where's mine?
It's maybe up here somewhere. Damn it. We have all of them.
I wonder who's still awake. You know what I mean? Because like I don't know about you guys, but I do some of these Web3 things, and there's not a lot of going to sleep.
I know. But yeah, it looks like they're having a great time over there. Some more pictures on the timeline. Special, being able to take home his ninja that's framed, and more videos of that people taking pictures of Trevor. So it looks like they had a really great time.
How about Korean tattoos? Is that happening or no?
Man, I think they should have did it. That'd be cool. Just have tattoos at all of our events, right?
What if there's like the authentic, like local way of tattoo? Like, you know what I mean? Like you just take culturally, like wherever you're at, however they used to do tattoos, do it that way. Never Pizza Ninjas are in town.
I like that. I think we should do that.
Don't they have in Thailand? Don't they have this like hand drawn tattoos where
like sear it? You know what I mean? Like they brand you.
Painful way.
Damn, that's crazy.
The K-Fish said what's that?
No, never mind. I was just gonna say I don't know, guys, about being walking billboard after 1 year of pizza events, Pizza Ninja.
You're not supposed to do it as a billboard. Just do it because you like your ninja, man.
That's right.
K-Fish said he just Googles local time in Korea instead of using the Savvy time app. But we'll get back to
that. Like an extension or what? Is it just like always on your screen?
Yeah, it's just a pinned extension.
That's cool.
Yeah, I probably should get that. All right, so Brian wanted us to go check out his profile. I said, been behind on the quality tweet count, but have had some threads and stuff lately. So look at it, Brian reposting ex-co-host stuff. That's the first thing I see.
Bullish.
Yeah, man. So let's see what he did. ARC Network white paper. I'm not sure if you should have quote tweeted in the first post of this thread. I think it would have been better for like just to leave like ARC Network white paper, one sentence about it, and then one and however many pieces of thread, and then put this in the first thread. Like, and then you could like re-talk about the first point. Like you could basically say this point over with the quote tweet in it. That's my first glance. I'm still gonna like it though. I like any effort posts from almost anybody. If I go across the post on my timeline, I'm like, they put a lot of effort into this. Unless it's something like I like strongly disagree with, which is rare. I like usually try to give it some love.
True, that's a good shout.
What do you guys think?
I need to pull it up. Brian.
I have it on screen if you can see it.
I can't, but
I
got two computers going at once, so let's see.
I see it. I have so is it just me? But this is my third cycle, I think. Yeah, this is my third cycle. So white papers have been read less and less, eh? Mm-hmm. I think, especially at the day and age of meme coin mania. So I think it's really cool that you're bringing it back. I think it's still, when I check the first headline, ARC Network white paper update, I think it seems very focused on the tech rather than focused on like the human and what the human can get out of it. Like am I making sense? Like, I think
Yeah.
it's like, why would I, as Fred or as Chris, need to know about Arc Network? Like, what value do they provide in the world that is explained in the white paper? Is where I would spin it. That's my first thought.
Yeah, it's worth giving context to that. Brian is the community manager at ARC. So
Right.
I don't know if that's important context or not, but I forgot to say that at the beginning. He's even affiliated with them. But I agree with you. Unless your audience is like CTO, right? But like at
Right.
that point, CTO as in like the chief technical officer, not as in like community takeover. I said that. I was like, dang it, the word got hijacked.
It did, dude. That does not mean the same thing now.
But
No, I agree though.
at that point, your audience is probably on like GitHub or Farcaster.
Yeah, I like, so to that point though, like the thing that kind of comes to mind with me looking at it, and just things that anybody could think about if they're going to write something that requires people to, kind of keep scrolling and keep reading and all that stuff. Number one is the hook. Like, starting off by it, like I'll use YouTube as the example. If you describe what's in the video, that is not going to get most people to watch a video. So you don't just describe in the title what the video is about. Like, you have to put a title that hooks somebody, that intrigues them to want it, or like creates an open loop. That's kind of like the thing that you hear all the YouTube gurus like suggest, is like, if you want somebody to read something or to watch something or do whatever, and in the title you like pose a question but you don't answer it, that's like an open loop. Like, now you're kind of like alluding to, hey, here's the thing, but like, if you want to answer that, if you want to close this loop, like, you got to watch the video, you got to read the thread, you got to whatever. So hooks that kind of create that kind of vibe can definitely get more interaction and get people to view them. It's just that X breaks all the rules. I don't know what I mean. Like, YouTube, all these things work, and then on X they're different. So maybe that doesn't work with threads. I don't know.
I get what you're saying. I would think about this as like Arc Network white paper makes Bitcoin better, or like something like that. Like how does it make Bitcoin better? That also
Or you just say, "Is Arc Network a rug?" That's your title, and then they read it.
he might be limited with the affiliation on the. That's funny, but yeah, I mean, that's enough on that one post. I do like he gave a CTH towards the Discord at the very end. I think this is too much going on. Like, I think it's like good morning, then a question, and I don't know. It's kind of hard for me to elaborate my thoughts on this. Do you still think history? Good morning. Do you still think history repeats itself when it comes to technology? So I feel like that makes me think too much in my morning. I don't know what to say, so I keep scrolling.
That's why people love GM, dude, because it's like, it's such a dumb instant reply.
Yeah.
It's like, you don't even have to think about what to say. You literally reply to GM with GM.
GM.
That's crazy.
GM. Yeah, and you can eventually start doing GMs with purpose. Today I did this and it kind of worked, although my actual post didn't do too great. My GM today was like a casual foreshadow. So I said, GM, so much happened over the weekend, I'm going to write an X article on it. So it's kind of a foreshadow of like, hey, this is what's coming. And I mean, it got enough interaction to where I think some people might have, remembered that and did it. And I've just been trying to, the note he's on is kind of irrelevant here. I didn't have to include that. I've just been trying to get more people to put notifications on, but like this was like the meat of it. And so it's kind of like a foreshadow. And actually later, I don't know how helpful this was. It only has 145 impressions, but underneath it, when I did post it, I said, oh, it's posted, go check it out. I would have linked it here, but I also think X penalizes you for like quote tweeting your own stuff and like spamming it everywhere. So I always try to be careful of that, including DMs.
Interesting. Man, I can't wait to learn and implement more of the Twitter knowledge. I'm honestly like, I kind of want to just maybe for the next 7 days in between now and when we do this next time, I'm just gonna tweet GM every morning for 7 days and see, and that's it. There's nothing else. I always talk so much crap on that, but I'm gonna do it.
Take like one extra step and like add something to each one, right? Like GM.
I normally do. That's the thing. That would be the different thing. Like if I ever do GMs, like there's usually something. It's like for somebody or whatever. But I'm very curious about what happens. Don't do this. Don't do as I do. I don't know. Listen to smarter people. But
We
is
do
it
have some
gonna
GMs in the
react
chat as
different?
well. We got Sultan, we got Bassinex.
I blame them. I'm gonna do what they do. That
Leah,
looks like it works.
Besto said Leonidas edged us with a PFP change. I do remember that. Okay, Vision for the win. Fred, were you going to say something earlier? Which one's
Was I
fine?
going to say something?
Yeah, I thought I heard you.
I think you should try it, Chris, but then also document the outcome of your GM experiment if you do it.
I'll do it. I'll make a video about it's. I'm gonna make an announcement about the thing, and that announcement's gonna do better than the thing because that's Twitter. Yeah.
Might just be that. Is that an article? That's an article.
Yeah, I saw Brian Armstrong write an article. This has like an insane amount of interaction, but this is also Brian Armstrong. So I was just kind of like giving it as somebody, you know, as an article writer myself. I was like, you know, trying to see what he did in it. Oh. I mean, dude, you know, he like I love this with popular. I wonder if articles can get away with like the amount of tags and websites, right? Because like he linked Devon AI, he linked this Google Doc from Coinbase. He added, you know, Coinbase. And he got like over 1 million views. Now, granted, it's Brian Armstrong, so like he can do pretty much whatever he wants. But I do wonder if because it was an article format, if it wasn't as harsh, because you always hear like links destroy your post if like it's included in the post. I wonder if it's a lot less severe in the articles.
I think there's also rules for peasants. Like I'm a peasant, right? So I can't do like if Casey Neistat does something in his video and then I do that, I'm not Casey. You know what I mean? Like it's so I feel like there's rule break. Like if Elon does something, if Elon posts like nothing but links and he literally doesn't write a single sentence, he just writes a post with nothing but links, like Elon's gonna be fine. You know, that post is still gonna
there's like this elevated point to where like it really doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah. Yep.
I saw that when Ansem over the last 2-3 days, he was repeat posting that one meme of Biden kind of like stepping on the ground after leaving the airplane. And he was always just adding a different caption to it. If you scroll down a bit further, it should probably be.
Yeah, I was looking at the amount of reposts he had. Like just like immediately like repost.
The rule is if you're Ansem, you can get away with anything.
You can do whatever you want.
Him and Thread Guy.
Did you see that?
So much stuff.
Did you see that post that talked about like engagement rate and stuff? Like Ansem was on there, Thread Guy was on there, Alex Becker. It was really interesting. I think Clemente might have posted it. I'll try to find it while we're on the stream.
Oh man, he tweets a lot.
Yeah, and that's the thing that the post taught me.
Yeah, I wonder when that shift happens. Like, where
this one?
How big a deal do you got to be to repost?
Yeah, this is what you're talking about.
Yeah, he reposted a couple times.
That's funny. Yeah, so let me see if I can find Clemente's post. This is interesting information. I feel like me and Fred can really like digest later. It was crypto Twitter engagement rate, and it went through like the biggest accounts, through their follower count, their number of tweets, their total impressions, their engagements, and their engagement rate. With this person at the bottom having like a much higher, like significantly higher rate, like 10.87, which is insane. But impressions per tweeter, you know, on there as well.
Who is that person?
I don't know. Dot Kruger is like the only one on this list I don't notice. Let me see.
Wild.
You have any thoughts on this? The way this, Fred?
I'm wondering which of these guys, like what percentage of the impressions are sponsored. That would be, I'd be very interested in that.
Like they paid for them, or like
received kind of like a
received payment
or someone sponsorship, because then it's interesting to look at the metrics of whose impressions are mostly sponsored and least, right? Most organic. I think that's
Mm. Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, this is Fred. This is Kruger, who literally goes by Fred Kruger, and he actually had to scroll down a lot to get to one of his posts. So, like, one of his only posts in the last 24 hours was this, which was a quote tweet, but it did kind of go into a little bit of a detail, and it got a lot of. I mean, it got 417,000 impressions. And he doesn't. I don't know. This doesn't look organic, but maybe this guy, because like he just said one liner and got 100K. Investor, not financial advice. Bitcoin maxi. Stanford PhD. He might just be really well respected too. Like, I don't know.
I feel like it's a crapshoot knowing what's organic and what's not on Twitter. It's so crazy.
It is. But if you put Cardano in things, then you immediately get more interaction. Oh, look, he even posted this. He said my engagement is high, very high. Oh man.
I will say, dude, Alex Finn, his numbers on that, his amount of tweets for the impressions that he got, dude, he stands out like crazy. 18 tweets. And then you look at the impressions in comparison to what everyone else is working with, like guys kind of absolutely dominating. So the amount of effort per tweet, I'm sure, is the differentiator,
Yeah, I follow Alex Finn stuff. All of his tweets are like very high effort. I mean, they're usually like borderline articles or code breakdowns, or I mean, we'll look at them. Like he did this video on the first, and it's like a 21-minute video of him talking about building an app, and it like edited goes into like different scenes, whatever. He does go live; those do pretty well. Post stuff like this. This actually isn't that hard. I feel like for this, he probably has like a Notion doc of like content, and he kind of redoes it in different ways and updates it to that one. Probably not as hard, but the point stands. Like he, a lot of his posts are high effort, and if they're not high effort, they're like highly engaging. Like this
is literally his job, and that's what I love. And watching the creator arc that Alex went on was like, it was really, really interesting to see him go from this position of like, I'm tweeting, but I'm working a job, to like, oh, now I'm actually turning this into a thing, and then doing like the newsletter and then the Discord and like all these different things. But like the dude takes his job seriously. So, at the end of the day, like you can't love him or hate him. Like you can't disrespect the hustle. Like dude's really working hard. So I'm happy to see it.
Agreed. Me too. I was actually watching his live stream before we went live. Where he was essentially kind of doing live roast and trying to help people out.
I was just glad that he finally got going with like video and live streams and didn't take the kick to the nuts with losing his mutant and like have that scare him away for live streaming, because those were the days I was screaming like, get on live streams, do live streams. Twitter, you guys are all afraid to show your face, but like get on live video, and no one was doing it. And then this dude gets rugged for a bunch of money, and I was like, oh great. Now, really, certainly not him. Nobody's going to be doing live video. And look at all of us now. We're all friggin' streaming live.
How did that link to his live stream, though?
He downloaded OBS, but he downloaded a sponsored spam link and basically downloaded like bad software, and then he just got jacked.
Yeah,
they Trojan horsed him, and that was it.
I knew it was a download. I forgot which download it was, but that's right. It was OBS, which I use. I use Streamlabs OBS typically.
I've seen so many times. I've almost done a couple myself where like you get sent as a creator, like a brand kit for a company that's like, yeah, download this, open it up, and all the stuff that you need to create this high paying gig. We're going to pay you $5,000 for this one video. And then you open up the thing and it's an exe file. And then you're in trouble. So don't open up anything that's supposed to be a PDF. It'll say like PDF, like .pdf.exe. Don't open that. That's a bad move.
Or if they tell you that you're going to get an advance on some work.
Yeah.
I mean, you're just,
if they agree to your terms and they don't fight back, like it's not real. No, I mean, unless it's like $100, but even then you gotta, just pay attention. That's all.
Okay, so this person didn't ask for this, but I saw a Ninja thread today. And literally, there's a Ninja Threads account. I want to pull that up and get some thoughts on that. So I guess this is a. I don't know if this is. Let's just read the welcome message. Welcome to Ninja Threads, exploring the universe of 1,500 pizza ninjas, each with their own mission, clan, and destiny, uncovering their quest, the battle between good and evil, and the hunt for epic pizza stone. Join the saga and expand the lore in the replies. So I guess this isn't even like affiliate. I don't know if this is even with our like. I don't think it's a. What do you call it? Like a group. This looks independent, right?
Independent.
It does. Looks
Okay. But that's cool. I mean, I like the fact that somebody dedicated a like thread account to ninjas, and I hope that it works out. I just read one today. I don't know if it's my attention span or what. They do feel kind of ChatGPT-ish or like AI-ish, which like immediately like makes me kind of lose my attention. But besides that, like I like the concept of like the lore is pretty good. Like I like that even in this one, how he was talking about the hunt for the pizza stone or whatever. I think that's kind of cool. But yeah, first glance though, if I'm reading this and then this, it felt kind of, I don't know. It's one, and maybe I think it's just my personality. Maybe it is all original. It's just like my personality is like, I immediately think when I see like very grammatically correct, I see these lines right here.
Yeah. These lines
yeah.
are AI lines.
Those are AI lines.
No,
You know
for
what I'm
sure.
talking about, right? Yeah.
That's crazy.
So I actually did not know you could do this until like literally just now, that you can highlight a text and say ask Grok.
Oh shit.
I didn't know that was a thing until this very second.
Grok's like, yeah, that was me. That's funny.
Yeah. But I don't know. What do you guys think about this?
I mean, I think any effort's cool to take something and like kind of add little side branches to it. You know what it actually made me think of right off the bat? I've been doing some work with Forgotten Runes, and they have spun up so many amazing AI videos about their lore. I'm like, I would love to see somebody do that with ninjas. Like, just have some AI text to video generating of things, however it worked with Forgotten Runes, because some of the videos I was watching were like 5 minutes long, and it was dope. Like, it was crazy. And I was like, what? Like, that to me sounds like a really, really cool use of AI to like add to, whereas storytelling does as well. But if it's just text, like I think it's just it kind of it can fall flat if it's AI. I saw some AI responses to a space I hosted the other day. It was like one of the companies that I had on that space, and I was reading like their breakdown. I was like, a human didn't write this because I was there. Like, this barely describes what we were doing, but it sounded so good and perfect in AI, and I was like, I got it. But this is different though. This was like very specifically made for Forgotten Runes, but there was like this whole really dope all AI gen stuff. This is like frame by frame the Indiana Jones scene that they did, like copied it and made it
This is
specific
AI?
to this. No, this is not AI. This
I was
that's
like,
what I'm
this
saying.
is
This
not
was
like-
very, very
okay.
fucking well done.
Yeah, I was
for
about
their
to say,
thing.
I was like, this doesn't look like AI at all.
No, that was amazing. That was the coolest one. I don't even know what where the one was, but no, it was just
that
I
one.
don't even know where it was at. That must be it, because that looks super real. That was probably the one.
Yeah.
But that's a 3-year-old project. So the amount of stuff that they've created over time, like, dude, it's wild. So I love seeing all this stuff with ninjas though now, because that's what you'll have 3 years in. You'll have so many different iterations of storytelling with text and with video and pictures and all the events and all that.
I love it. I support it. Also, getting the handle Ninja Threads is pretty dope.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
It's a clean handle. And having a Threadhead Ninja is pretty dope too. That was our like thought process going into this trait, right? Was like write threads. So Threadhead, like that was.
Well, and don't you love your microphone? Because I love mine.
I
We
do.
just both happen to have microphones on
Yes,
our,
sir.
it's like,
that's why I got my
so cool.
mic. Exactly. That's we had content foreshadowed since the beginning.
Smart business.
Kfish said tip: open things in a virtual machine first. What is it? What does he mean by that?
So, you know what's funny is the story that I told of opening the file from a company that sent it to me. I have no idea why, but I actually opened it when I was in a virtual machine because I was doing work that had to be done in Windows. And so I had Windows open through the company Parallels. They have a thing for Mac. So I had Windows open and I opened a file. And so basically, it's like it would infect the machine that's not your machine because I was running on a virtual machine. Like I was running Windows on somebody's server, obviously, and I opened up this file. So it couldn't really like impact my machine. So that's cool. But my question to Kfish is like, who the hell is running virtual machines and why? Like, why? Why would that be?
Maybe
'Cause
for
that's
this
a
reason.
super smart thing. Yeah. Like
Yeah.
I think that's dope.
I
It's like
think
defusing a bomb, right?
for my tip is you always forward the link to a friend and let
Kfish.
them open it first.
Yeah. Just
And
forward it to
they're-
Kfish.
yeah.
He'll open it in a virtual machine.
Or
They'll
on
let you
his laptop, but at the end of the day, it's like not your laptop. So it's like, and then they can report back if it worked or not.
Yeah, they're like, hey, my computer's broken and compromised. You're like, better you
Yeah.
than me.
Yeah. I'd be like, oh man, that's a good thing I sent it to you.
That's awesome. Hey, Fred, by the way, I want you to check something out for me after the show. Okay.
That's awesome. But
I
yeah, it's
take a
really good to
bullet
see
for
that
you.
our ninjas there. So we'll kind of probably going to wrap up soon. If there's anybody else, any other ninjas out there that kind of want their post up before we end, now is your chance, your final chance to get up on the big screens in front of the one and only Fred and the second and other only Fly Ride, Chris D.
I love that when we did the teams announcement, you said we have this person and they're article writer, and we have this person and they do this, and he's like, and we have Chris D. I was like, damn,
I did that very intentionally.
that was
funny.
super good. I enjoyed it. I was driving and I was like, damn, that was a good one.
Yeah, we're behind, Chris. We got a team name and stuff, but I mean, there's some other people that have websites spun up and like their own Twitter accounts and all that.
I bet you some of these people
Dude, I
even have
swear,
virtual machines.
I actually think Mark is the one that I was just referring to, and he literally just said GM like as that was coming out of my mouth. I'm like almost positive that it's his team though. The Ninjas 5, yeah. I'm already following Ninja 5.
That's
Yeah,
dope.
I was right. Dude, that's crazy. What are the odds of that? Like literally as I was oh wait, you can't see it. As I was talking about it, we got to refresh it now.
That's fire.
It looks
That's
really cool.
really dope.
I know. Dude, we're slacking so bad. And
We're not worthy.
these are actually like the real clicks. So like if I wanted to find one, you just click it and it goes to their profile. It just redirected me to it. But this changes colors. My gosh, man, we are behind. What are we doing with our lives?
Damn. That's wild. I did see Erica though on Thursday, so that was nice. Two of the
cool.
5 of us got together.
And I know you guys recorded some content so we could use it for our group, right?
Actually, I was shooting the Forgotten Runes event. So
Bro,
I was totally working for
you could have recorded 15 seconds of like, yo, what's
know.
up? It's Chris and Eric over here
Yeah.
representing.
We're actually
the
getting together
Ninja
live.
Content Network. Yeah, we drove across the country to get this video done for our ninja community.
A ball was dropped at an event that I controlled. I don't know.
Oh well, is what it is. But yeah, everybody's doing really good at their camp. So let's it looks like nobody else in chat has anything else. So to wrap up, let's talk about what to expect this Thursday. So upcoming Thursday is going to be our next creator boot camp. It's going to be at the same time. It's going to be at 10:30 Eastern time. That's AM, of course. And we're going to be doing X Spaces, as Fred mentioned. That's his favorite. We already have a couple of special guests lined up that I'm really excited about. So be sure to be there for that. Don't miss it. Set your calendars. We'll be reminding you as well. Other than that, of course, if you're in Korea, meet up with our squad. If you missed the BTC bar, it's going to be there every night this week. If you missed our event specifically, that was last night for you if you're in Korea watching this, connect with Trevor or Eric while you're over there. They'll get you hooked up. Trevor will buy you a beer if you're a Ninja holder. I can guarantee you that. With all that being said, any final words today, boys?
Tweet like your job depends on it.
That's my
Nice.
final words.
I like
Yeah.
it. I like it. That's very true. Tweet like your job depends on it. That's how I felt with that article. I just let it rip, and I'm gonna go for round 2 and then round 3, and then I'm probably gonna give up after round 3. But gotta keep on trying.
Yeah. I'm gonna type 2 letters 7 days in a row and see if it changes my life. I think it might.
2 letters.
Yeah,
Oh, GM.
Z and then
I thought you
M.
meant like you're gonna write some letters, like.
That sounds like a lot of work. I actually make videos because I don't want to try that hard. That's actually the truth. Because I have a place where it's just set up, and I just sit here and I look there and I say things, and then I post it. That's
Dude, one of the best things anybody's ever told me. They were like a very successful newsletter writer, but they also liked my video content. And at the time, and even now, probably they were just able to monetize newsletters so much more than I was able to monetize videos. And I asked him, I was like, "Do you think I should ever get into writing?" And he's like, I don't remember word for word what he said, but he's essentially like, "Chris, you're really good at videos. You just need to double down on videos. There's no sense of you trying to like learn a new skill and like spread yourself thin." And it always stuck with me. You know, it's like I don't necessarily think that means like don't stretch yourself, like, you know, don't push yourself to do other content. But it was like you don't need to sacrifice what you're good at just to try something new for the sake of trying it because it's new.
amen to that. I love that.
That's probably why my article performed poorly.
It's the universe trying to keep you on track, bro. They're like, more video.
Remember, you suck at this.
Focus.
All right, guys. Thanks so much. Thanks, chat. Appreciate all of you that jumped in today to hang out with us. Look at little GN, K-Fish, Mark, Sultan, Bassin, everybody else is in